Hi, my name is Cindy. This is part one. I'm going to explain something because sometimes when people write songs or are given a song, it's from the depths of their heart, something they have gone through. And this is something that I kind of went through, and then I wrote the song. So today I'll explain and tomorrow I'll sing. Anyway, some years ago, I was trying to be part of a group of people that I guess I wasn't getting it, that they just didn't want me. And they acted like they did at first, but then they said some unkind things to me, and I heard they spoke about me behind my back, and it really devastated me. And I thought, man, this feels like high school. I hate this. I didn't think that adults acted that way, but, they do, which is really sad. So most of the time when I have feelings like that, I just bundle them up and I take them to Jesus, and I lay them down before him, and I ask him to help me get through this. But I didn't this time. I knew better, but instead I began to focus inward, withdraw into myself, and I began to nurse those hurt feelings until they just became this ball of bitterness and pain in my heart. And when you get like that and you won't give Jesus your problems, it tends to make you fall away from him. And that's what happened to me. I was drifting further and further away. I was on the outside doing all the right things, still going to church, but I had neglected reading the Word. I had neglected my prayer times and just focusing on this hurt. And so backflash a little bit. The year before my mother passed away, she gave me one of these beautiful figurines that a friend had given her, and it was in 3 pieces. The bottom was a rock base, like he was standing on it. There was a door, this beautiful door with vines on the side, and Jesus was standing there. He was the 3rd piece, and he had his hand stretched out to knock on the door. And she gave that to me, and I put it up in my library, the room I call my library. And I was looking for something one day, and I came across this figurine. And it's so lifelike, and I was looking at it, and it suddenly struck me. Oh, my goodness. Is this what you feel like, Jesus, when I shut the door? When I turn my back on you? When I don't give you my problems and ask for help? Do you feel like what I'm feeling? All this hurt and this pain is, and I felt like he did. And I just was devastated in my heart, and I began to cry because I don't want to hurt the Lord. I don't want him to feel what I'm feeling, and to think that I had been that way with him. And so the 3rd part was a memory when I was crying, when my 2 children, my son and my daughter, were just little kids, baby, toddler. And anyway, we lived down south, and their father had to go away for a month. So we lived with Mama Eleni, and she's passed away now, but we lived with her in an old country house out in the boonies in the Carolinas. And she was a big country woman, and she wasn't afraid of anybody or anything. And it kind of bothered me. She always left her doors unlocked because I came from the cities mostly, but she could be on the other side of the house and somebody would knock on the back door, the screen door, and she didn't care who it was. She'd just say, just come on in. The door's open. And I just remember that. I mean, and that person could come in and she'd take care of whatever it was they wanted. Most of the time it was just family, friends. But I can still hear her calling, just come on in. And I thought to myself, that's what I want in my heart, to always say to Jesus, just come on in. The door's open. I don't want to shut the door. I don't want him to be on the outside. We think of that vision of Christ knocking on our door. We think of that when we're getting saved, when we first realize that we need Jesus. But it can happen any time in your life. If you start to drift away from God and turn your back to him, you can do that. And it's sad. I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to keep Jesus waiting outside my door ever again. Just come on in. It's open. And so that's how I think God gave me this song called Waiting. And I'll sing that tomorrow. My name is Cindi. I hope to see you again soon.